Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day today. Merciless Vaughn here, back with another Bleach Brave Souls video, and in this one we're going to be taking a look at the newest Limit Breaker quest here. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to the channel or you haven't been here for a while, please consider subscribing and help me get to 550 subscribers. Also, if you would like to further support me and the channel, you can become a channel member, and that is entirely up to you. Now with all that said, let us go ahead and get started. So first things first, this Limit Breaker quest started the 31st of last month, and we have until the 11th of this month to do it. So not that much time, so the sooner you get it done, the better. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the stage rules here. So for the first few stages, going to be power attribute damage times 2, melee attack damage times 2, killer effect times 4, freeze plus, and technique ranker units in there. Alrighty. Alright, so for the slot 2 stages, we have speed attribute damage times 2, range attack damage times skill 2, killer effect times 4, and freeze plus status summon in there as well. And those are going to be power, no affiliation enemies. And then here we have melee attack damage times 2, killer effect times 3, damage from half advantage enemies half, damage from attribute advantage enemies half, and paralysis. And then there's going to be heart human enemies in here. Usually in slot 3 stages, there's really not that many rules in here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the best in slot characters that can help you clear this Limit Breaker quest. Alright, so the first character we're going to take a look at is this new Burn the Witch swimsuit Nini. She fits the attribute requirement, the killer requirement, and she does have a couple EX skills here. This is what they are maxed out. So trade strong attack damage plus 30% here. She is a melee unit, so you will get the bonus melee damage. She has paralysis plus on all of her attacks, an EX move, and the superior strong attack, which is on her SA2. And let's see here, she also does have the freeze resistance 200%, so this is more than likely going to be the best in slot unit to use for that stage. And that's how usually these Limit Breaker quests are when there's a new end of month banner that comes out. At least one or two of the newest characters are going to be like kind of like the best in slot units to use for like the slot 1 and slot 2 stages. So here is the Nini. I guess some other notable things to know about this unit is I did mention the 2 EX skill that she has. Maxed out, it is going to be devastation at 30%, but the lower level ones I can't remember off the top of my head what they are. But with the EX skills, the reduced strong attack cooldown doesn't change. It doesn't increase with the amount of dupes you have, so it's just really the EX devastation that is getting increased with the amount of dupes you have. She does have a base full stamina damage boost of 30%, frenzy plus 3, bombardment, which is good. Increased status element chance against rankers, which is good because that's going to help proc that status element spiritual pressure boost 80% faster, and the more often you're paralyzing enemies, the more damage you'll be doing because of the 50% damage to paralyzed enemies here. And she's also going to be supporting the party here by giving the entire party increased strong attack damage 20%. So yeah, definitely probably the best in slot character to use here. Alright, up next we have this Neliel here, who was the mid-month banner that just came out recently. Her EX skill is damage taken minus 20%, soul trade normal attack damage plus 35%. She is a melee unit, so you will be getting the bonus melee damage. If we come down here, she does have freeze resistance 200%, so she is going to fill all of the stage bonus rules, I guess is what you could say. But yeah, another good character to use. Unfortunately, she is a guild quest character, so you really won't be able to take advantage of most of her skills in here. Yeah, you're going to be missing out in probably this right here. I'm not sure if this skill right here counts inside Limit Breaker quest, but I'm just going to think that it does. She's also going to be supporting the team with this increased damage to stat summon affected enemies 20%. She does have enhancer and booster on her SA2, which will be helpful. It's going to make it more effective here. Yeah, so if you don't have the Nini, you can use this Neliel here. She also does have the increased status summon chance against the Rakers, so you're going to be inflicting more status summons on them, and then you'll just be able to take advantage of the skill right here. And last rate isn't too bad of a, what is it called, status summon. And it's status summon plus, I could think of what it was. So yeah, if you don't have the Nini, the Neliel is definitely a good second. Up next here we have the Joshiro. His EX skill is EX Berserker plus 30% maxed out. Oh, well, I guess we can take a look at the different levels here then. So yeah, depending on the amount of dupes you have, you can see just how much your EX skill is going to be here. If we just come up here, oh wait, his soul trait is strong attack recharge time minus 14%. He's a ranged unit, so unfortunately you won't get the bonus melee damage. Let's see here. He is immune to all status elements 200%, so you don't have to worry about the freeze plus on the ground in there. But you know, you're just going to be missing out on the bonus melee damage. For the team and party, he reduces strong attack cooldown 10%, which is great. His devastation and berserker are pretty high at 80%. Frenzy plus 3, bombardment, increased status element chance against our rankers, damage to paralyzed enemies 80%, and the status element spiritual pressure boost 100%. So yeah, I think these are probably some of the strongest characters you're definitely going to want to use. I mean, all the other characters after this are just kind of like pre-10th anniversary. They really won't be as strong as the first 3 units. So as long as you have like a unit with the killer plus and you have like, you know, I guess the melee damage or whatever, you should be okay, really. Alright, for the slot 2 stage rules here, we're going to have the Noelle here. Her EX skill is an EX damage to drain enemies 40%. Soul trait, strong attack recharge time minus 14%. She is a ranged unit and she is also has the freeze resistance 200%. So really she's going to be very useful in there because she'll be, you know, she's a speed, no affiliation killer plus unit, and that's just going to be even more damage against no affiliation enemies in there. And the range damage is also great, and she's immune to the status limit, so you really won't have much to worry about in there. She does have Drain Plus on all of her abilities, so that is good. The only thing is she does have Frenzy plus 3 locked inside Guild Quest, which I really don't like, but she will have a base Frenzy plus 2. She will also have the increased status element chance against no affiliation enemies, so you will be proccing your status element spiritual pressure boost 80% more often, and you know, you'll also be able to have this as well, damage to drain enemies, plus on top of the EX skill right here. So you're going to be doing a lot of damage to enemies that are inflicted by a status element, and that's going to be very helpful for those enemies that are like, you know, just extremely tanky for no reason. So yeah, even though she is a Guild Quest unit, I do think she's probably going to be the best in slot option for the slot 2 stages in this Limit Breaker quest. Alright, up next, we have this Apache here. She has the no affiliation killer plus, which will just help you do more damage to enemies in there. Soul trait, normal attack damage plus 35%. She's a ranged unit with lacerate plus on all of her attacks, except for SA2. It is a boost. She does have a 50% chance to dodge no affiliation attack, so that's good. She has freeze resistance 100%, which isn't 2%, so unfortunately you will still get inflicted by that status element in there, but only for like half the time you would probably normally be if you weren't immune to it at all. Looks like you're only going to be getting Flurry plus 1 inside there since she is a Guild Quest unit and she only has Flurry plus 2 in Guild Quest. Unfortunate though, but she does have the increased status element chance against no affiliation enemies, so that will help you, you know, just proc your status elements a lot more. She does have Enhancer, Booster, which is nice. She also increases speed attribute character normal attack damage 20%, but that really won't matter with the other units in there more than likely. Yeah, so if you don't have the Ninny, you can use this character though. Just going in there with only a Flurry plus 1 and without the 200 resistances will be kind of rough, and you're not going to be able to take advantage of most of these skills in here, but the Booster and Enhancer on her SA2 should help you out and just the rest of the team in general, so it won't be too bad to use her. Alright, we have this Oetsu here. He has the no affiliation killer plus, so that's just going to be the stronger killer for him. Soul trait damage to enemies not affected by the element 40%. He is a melee unit, so unfortunately you will not get the bonus range damage, and he does have an EX move. He does have the gauge effect, which gives him 100% berserker and frenzy plus 1. Let's see, take a look at him. He does start the missions with his gauge 70% already filled. When this gauge is activated, 30% strong attack reduction. He has fire resistance 100%. Not really going to help you out there since there's freeze plus inside there. Gauge rampage, which will help him get his gauge back faster. Frenzy plus 2, which is good because while his gauge is activated, he'll have frenzy plus 3. Great. Increased damage to enemies not affected by an ailment 140%. Let's take a look at, we can't take a look at that. So let's see here. It's 40% soul trait, and then so I guess inside his skills base is just 100. Okay, so there's that. Weakened defense, poise, and long stride. Yeah, probably one of the weaker units out of the two you want to use. I mean, just yes, he does have the killer plus, but you know the melee damage there really won't help. And yeah, but you will have to be very, very careful of the status of it in there though, because it's just this right here. And then he doesn't have any way of healing, so if you're going for a full stamina build and you take a hit, you're pretty much going to lose out on a lot of damage there, unfortunately. Alright, so for the slot 3 stages here, we have this Rangeku here. Her EX skill is team/party increase damage stats on affected enemies 20%. Interesting. Soul trait, strong attack, recharge time minus 14%. She is a melee unit. Was melee the bonus damage in there? Can't remember. Yes, melee damage was the bonus damage in that stage 3 limit breaker quest. So yeah, so she does have melee damage, so you will get the melee bonus. Paralysis resistance 200% there. Her berserker is strong at 70%, pretty high. Devastation 80%. She is another guild quest unit here, so you're going to be getting frenzy plus 2 in there. Increased status summon chance against humans, which is cool. She does have the status symbol spiritual pressure boost, which is great, so you will be proccing this a lot more often here. Yeah, that's pretty much it really. I mean, since she is a guild quest unit, I mean, half of these skills won't be effective in there. A bit unfortunate, but does seem like a good option to use if you do have her. Alright, and then we have the 10th anniversary Ichigo here. His EX skill is the Berserker at 30% max. And here it is, depending on how many dupes you have of this unit. Soul trait, strong attack, recharge time minus 14%. Now, this unit is a ranged unit, so you won't get the bonus melee damage, but he does have paralysis plus on all of his attacks in the EX move, 2 superior strong attacks on his SA 2 and 3, and a debuff on his soul bomb. So yeah, very, very strong unit. At full stamina only, you have a 6% increased strong attack reduction. His Berserker is at 100%. He has a base full stamina damage boost of 50%. He is immune to all status elements 200%, Frenzy plus 3, Bombardment plus 2, increased status element chance against humans, status element spiritual pressure boost 100%. So really just with how strong this unit is, and if you have him max extended, I mean maybe the bonus melee damage won't matter all too much just because he is going to be doing a lot here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, so we took a look at some characters you can use for this limit breaker quest, and I just went on ahead and made my team here. So I do have the new Burn the Witch unit, so I am going to use these units. Just to let you know, these units are going to be pretty much 1 out of 5 T20 links, Transcendence at level 10. Because I still would like to use these units just kind of at the bare minimum just to see how well they're going to be able to do this limit breaker quest, since you know it is up right now and we get to see how good they are just pretty much without any dupes. And so as for the build, I'm going to go with the Kamari fortification pill, and I thought I changed that last one right here. I'm going to use the gold Yugi dispenser 5-star plus here just for this one because I really like this accessory. And as for the character link, he's going to use the 10th anniversary Joshua right here, and he's going to give us an 18% EX Berserker here. And I'm going to be using this Chad and this Renji just for some strong attack reduction and full stamina damage boost links. And then the bonus abilities will be full stamina damage boost and the plus 200 SP. There we go. As for the attribute power-up bonuses, all of my characters are going to be at, well, all of the characters here are going to be at level 409. So as for the Noelle, pretty much the same build, just different attribute. I'm going to use the 10th anniversary Rukia right here, and she's going to be giving her an EX status element spiritual pressure boost of 35%. And some strong attack reduction, full stamina damage boost links. Same bonus abilities, full stamina damage boost, and the plus 200 SP. Here we're going to use the 10th anniversary Ichigo here. Pretty much just accessories are this right here. Character links, just some strong attack reductions, full stamina damage boost links, bonus abilities, full stamina damage boost and plus 200 SP. But this guy is max transcendent here with level 13 transcendence slots here, and his links are at level 22. Alright, so let's go ahead, jump in here with this team and see how well we are able to do. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and straight out the gate just use my EX move so we can get it back a lot faster. Yeah, so during, I think it was the Noel's showcase, I kind of mentioned that like the Limit Breaker quest will be kind of catered to at least one of the newer units, and I guess I was kind of right. They just added the Noel too, which is fine. I'll go ahead and use the EX move here just so I can get it back faster. Oh wait, I forgot the Ichigo's EX move is like not as long as the other one. So here is the freeze status element plus here if you haven't seen it before. It is currently only in like Limit Breaker quest and like Nightmare difficulty guild quest at the moment. Hopefully if they ever want to make IT strong again or more difficult, we'll probably see it in there, but I don't know, maybe not. We are going to need more content to take these extremely high level characters in. And if they do like add Nightmare difficulty guild quest or Nightmare difficulty like any co-op content, we should be getting at least twice as much rewards for it just to make it worthwhile. Now here's the tanky enemies. Alright, cool. I was hoping to get my EX move back before I got here, but it's fine. We have the superior strong attacks and some other stuff. Yeah, so as I mentioned, I do have dupes of these units, but I didn't put them in here because, you know, just not being able to show them off just kind of like in high difficulty content without it being like Nightmare difficulty guild quest or something that's kind of difficult. So I just decided to keep them here and just run them in different types of stuff at the moment. And so having them being boost characters in this guild quest here is going to be helpful just to showcase how better they are at the bare minimum. And my bare minimum is just like being C20 and having only one copy of them, no dupes, and just the Tricentis slots at being level 10. Just because the resources to get them past Tricentis slot level 10 and like T20 plus is kind of, I guess, a little bit harder to come by, I should say. But it is definitely easy to get those resources. Now, if we had the bonus melee damage, we'd be doing a lot more damage here. Yeah, I didn't really summon on the, I guess, what would you call those? The, they have an actual name, but I can't. I call them the hand-drawn art characters, because this art drawn by the creator of Bleach, the creator of this Goated series and Burn the Witch. So yeah, I didn't really summon on that banner, mostly because it was a bit month banner. Yeah, we don't want to take any damage here because none of these characters can heal, and if we lose our full stamina damage boost, it's going to be rough. But I think we rotated through all of the state. I just said I wasn't supposed to take any damage. Well, shoot, our damage is going to drop off pretty hard now. Yeah. It kind of sucks, but most of these characters really don't have a form of healing. I mean, the Noel's going to be fine because she has Drain Plus on here. Ichigo won't be fine. He really needs to be at full stamina because we have a... Did you see that? Our full stamina damage boost is 132%. That's insane. Yeah, we lost it here, so we're not going to be doing as much damage. But we will have our EX move here, though. I'll probably pop the Soul Bomb here since I don't have full stamina with her. I guess I could have let that play. Yeah, just look at our damage now without full stamina. It sucks. This might be the end of the run here. And obviously, if you have dupes of any of these characters that I'm using, you will perform a lot better here than I am right now at the moment. And maybe if you actually have that new Rengeku, you know, she's probably the best slot option for those third slot stages. Yep, one small mistake can end your run. That's not good. But they're almost dead though. Just a superior strong attack, and I did use my EX move, and just we have all of the bonuses right here, so that's what's really going on. If we didn't have any of the bonuses, we would be taking a lot longer here. So we're just going to try to hurry up and clear as many stages as I can while I'm here. No, well, some alive back there. Yeah, don't have to worry about taking damage here with her. Yeah, she wasn't so heavily guild quest orientated. We'd probably be doing a lot more. Yeah, I think this is the end of the run. I won't be able to finish this here. Not enough time. Come on, strong attacks. At least on me. Oh, wait. No, that last one right here has too much HP. Yeah. Alright, so that was my Limit Breaker quest run, and let's see. I completed 16 out of the 22 missions here. Not too bad. I definitely need these Transcendence points. I'll come back here with putting dupes in the characters and see if I can do it better than I did and make sure I won't get any hits. I'll go ahead and collect those. Yeah, like I mentioned, if you have like these 3 characters and you have dupes with here and you actually have the Rangeku with some dupes, you can throw her right here and you'll probably do a lot better than I did. Just make sure you don't take any damage because the Noelle doesn't have any healing, and I'm not sure about the Rangeku, but she doesn't have any way to heal, I don't think, and she is also a guild quest character, so be mindful of that. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and as usual, until next time.